Everyone, this is Jason. We're looking in geometry. This is lesson 9, and we're going to look at those 3 practice problems. I've had some questions about getting the answers to those 3 practice problems. So I'm going to work these out for you so you can check them if you need them. So here's the first one. It says if an acute angle X in a right triangle measures 20 and the hypotenuse measures 4, we're going to use geometry to figure out the measure of the side opposite angle X. So let's draw the picture. So here's the picture. We've got an angle that's 20 degrees. We know that the hypotenuse, which is always opposite a right angle, is 4. We want to figure out the side opposite, and we want to use trigonometry to figure that out. So what ratio is this? If this is our given angle, this is the side opposite, this is the hypotenuse, this is the sine ratio. So opposite over hypotenuse. So we're going to fill in the information we know. Sine of 20 equals the opposite, which is x divided by 4. And so we're just going to multiply both sides by 4. So 4 times the sine of 20 gives us x. And now you're going to need your calculator for this. A couple things to make sure on your calculator. And I'm just using the one that's on my computer. And make sure it's in degree mode. So check to see if it's degree. If you see rad, definitely if you see rad, make sure you change it. It needs to say degrees. And so here I'm going to multiply sine of 20. And on my calculator, I have to do that first, just following the orders of operations, knowing your calculator. So sine of 20 times 4. And that gives me 1.37. And so that's that first problem. So if you get 1.37, you're good. Let's take a look at the second example. The second and third example really are the same problem, just finding a different angle. It says if the sides of a right triangle are 6, 8, and 10. Now this is really just testing whether or not you know how to place them, and then if you know how to use the inverse operation here. So 6, 8, and 10, if this is my right angle, I know this has to be 10. These two are interchangeable, but I'm going to put them like that. And the first one says, what's the measure of the smallest angle? Well, the smallest angle will be opposite the smallest side. So this will be the one that we're trying to find right there. So you can use any ratio you want for this since you know all 3 numbers. I'm just going to use the tangent ratio just because, I don't know, just because I did. So tangent is opposite over adjacent. So the tangent of x equals that. This time we have to apply an inverse function. So x will equal the tangent inverse of 6 divided by 8. So that's how you figure that out. And then we'll go back to our calculator. Now again, my calculator, I know how to use mine. Make sure you understand how to use yours. So the first thing I got to do is I got to calculate 6 divided by 8. That gives me that. And then on mine, I have to do a second function. So I have to hit second, tangent inverse. And so that angle is going to be 36.9 degrees. So that's the first angle. And in this third example, it says find the angle of the side opposite 8. So same triangle. And this time we're trying to find this angle. So again, I'm just going to use the tangent ratio. The tangent of x is going to equal opposite over adjacent. And again, inverse function. So x is going to equal tangent inverse of 8 divided by 6. Pull out your calculator. Just following the same procedures here. I have to find 8 divided by 6. I need to find my inverse function. That's 53.1. Now a second check you could do here. We figured out in the last one that it was 36.9. These two together should equal 90 degrees. So let's see, 53.1 plus 36.9. That should add up to 90 degrees. And it does. So we know that we got the right answers there. So I hope this helps you with this. If not, please let me know and I'll send you some additional resources.